So I think this is take number 5, maybe number 6. For whatever reason, I don't know what's going on, but I have this message here. You can't get it wrong, and I have to keep reminding myself that there is no right. There just is. There is no wrong. So although for whatever reason I'm being a little critical of myself today, I just need to settle into myself and just, breathe, and this is what it is. This is just me trying to connect with you, saying, how's your soul doing? And I have to keep reminding myself, this needs to come from pure intention. There's a move that we use, or a pose we use in Kundalini Yoga, and it's called Ego Eradicator. And you sit for a length of time and you have your arms out with your thumbs up for quite a length of time, and it's said to set aside your ego. You get over yourself in 11 minutes. And maybe I should have taken the time to have done that posture before starting this videotape. Who knows? The Tree of Life. I'm sure you recognize it. It's a very prominent symbol. I've always seen the Tree of Life in a circle. So in my piece here, I've extended the roots and the leaves outside of the circle, because circles can no longer be confined to circles. I'm sorry, but no, they have to stretch, they have to blend, they have to mingle with other circles. There's no longer the ability to just be contained in a circle. Although, funny enough, we're being contained in our homes to be safe, and yet we are still expanding. We're still reaching out to people and blending with people and communicating with people, just not in the physical sense. And for whatever reason, I get the feeling that this piece is not complete, that this piece is going to evolve at this time. And I've never really had a piece express that to me before. And yes, the pieces talk to me. So that intrigues me. Why isn't this piece complete yet? Oracle cards. Again, something that I have a great interest in. I have a deck here. It's my favorite deck. It's the Gaia Oracle cards. And, if you want the information more about this card deck, I will send it to you. All you have to do is ask. And in, take number 5 or whatever, I pulled a card. And I think it was just too long for me to do that. So I'm just going to stick with the card that I pulled. And so it has to do with, and what I asked the cards was, what did I need to share at this time? So the message is purification and water. And it has to do with emotional cleansing and rejuvenation. So this idea of allowing our emotions to flow and then to release. And funny enough, not funny enough in my life, but you might consider it unusual, but these things happen to me all the time. A dear soul sister that I was going to refer to in my video today has actually just completed a water labyrinth, and with a very, very similar message to that. And for whatever reason, we are very, very deeply connected. And it did not surprise me whatsoever when I pulled that card having to do with water, because I want to talk about her now. So, dear soul sister, we had the opportunity of walking a labyrinth together, and she gifted me something that might seem small, but it was quite possibly the most profound gift that I have ever received. And that profound gift was permission. She gave me permission to follow my heart's path. And I just can't tell you what that meant to me. And how strange it is that here I am creating artwork with hearts and asking people to put heart flags on, on their windows, to hang their hearts out their windows. It's all about the heart, and it's all about following your heart. I want to make this video very, very short today, because tomorrow's video might be quite lengthy. I want to actually demonstrate how I create this type of artwork in the encaustic wax. And because if I started the video from beginning to the end of how I complete this, the video would be like 4 or 5 hours long. So I have to make little increments of the work so that you can see the progression, but not just me working at it for great lengths of time, heating and scraping back, heating and scraping back. It really does. It's a very lengthy process, all done with love, of course. But yeah, so the reason I want to demonstrate that is a soul brother gave me a wonderful inspiration, and he said, why don't you make some cards that you can send out to people? And I thought, yeah, that's awesome, because I can send out the love. So that's what I'm going to do in my next video. I'm going to go through the process of creating this artwork of Follow Your Heart, which my beautiful soul sister gave me permission to do. And then I'm going to ask if anybody would like to receive a card, that I will send that out to them. And all you have to do is just email me your information, anyone. And it will be my gift to you, because I want to send out the love. And at this time, all we need is one drop in the ocean. And that one drop can ripple and ripple and ripple. So I'm not asking for anything in return of me making the card, writing you a personal message. All I ask is that you ripple out that love. And I trust that you will know exactly how you can do that. But that's just a bit of a preview for tomorrow's, okay? So our heart is definitely going through a lot of stuff. And in my last video, I talked about creating energy with our hands, that feel-good energy, creating heat. And I talked about placing our hands over our eyes, so we have, beautiful clarity in these days, placing them on our throat so that we can speak with authenticity, we can speak our truth at this time. And I, suggested that you place them on your heart, because our heart is going through a lot. And just to bring love, just to remind ourselves to bring love to our hearts. So I want to take that a bit further. So again, it's creating that wonderful energy with our hands, and this would be perfect to do first thing in the morning. So, if we can rub our feet and our hands at the same time, just again generating that beautiful, beautiful energy and heat. And you can even just separate your hands a little bit and feel that pull between your hands. It's something, okay? So yes, our left hand on our heart, but this time our right hand on our navels. Now, why do I suggest that we do this? So we're bringing this beautiful, loving energy to our hearts. But our navel center is considered the community heart, where we're all connected by the umbilical cord. It's our power center, and this is like the collective heart. So that needs a lot of healing right now, a lot of protection, and a lot of love. So if we can just take a moment in the morning and send not only ourselves, because we need love too, but the community, our universal heart, also needs love. So just placing that hand on your navel. Now, there's some heavy energies going on. And, if you feel that you're carrying stuff, maybe you don't have, sage to smudge, you could maybe take a salt bath. That really, really helps. If you're feeling heavy. Another thing that can be helpful is what they say is heart dusting, or just imagining that you have some sort of soot, something on your shoulders. So it's, just basically patting, you can even pat your heart. Maybe you feel that you're carrying something in your heart that you don't need at this time. And just rubbing our hands down our arms. And just imagining that we're just, shaking off the day. Shaking off any emotions that we don't need to carry at this time. Now, when I first said the metta prayer, I gave you 3 arm positions. So this was the first one that you say to yourself, and you cross your hearts, and you imagine you're saying it to a dear friend, and then you put that energy out. This time, I'm going to stand here and cross my arms, because I want to imagine another dear friend, and I want to say these words to her. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be filled with peace and be at ease. Sending you love.